It's the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship live on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, arch rivals Darien and Trumbull go at it live inside the main gym on the campus of Fairfield, Warde. Hi, everybody. Joined alongside the former University of New Haven Charger and Staples head volleyball coach John Sedlock. I'm Braden Shank, welcoming you to this highly anticipated rivalry between the Blue Wave and the Eagles. John, what do you think we're going to see in this FCIAC championship?
I think we're going to see some serious hitting ability from Trevor Herget on the Darien Blue Wave side. And I think we're going to see the Trumbull Eagles try to do their best to stop that.
There's two hitters you got to watch out for this one. Both teams number one. Trevor Herget for Darien. He leads the state in hitting percentage. And number two is Brennan Cutter for the Trumbull Eagles, also wearing number one in the Trumbull Black. So look out for them. And John, we were talking before the game. This Trumbull team has some size, and they have the ability to take down this Darien team, something that no program has done in almost a couple of years. 70 straight wins for the Darien Blue Wave team. And what do you think Trumbull needs to do in this match to take down Darien?
Ooh, it's a tall order. I think Trumbull has to be really aggressive with their serving and try to do their best to get the Blue Wave out of rotation on, or not rotation, I'm sorry, discombobulated on serve receive to make it harder for Trevor to be effective, because you have to assume that Trevor's going to get his kills. You know, and Trumbull is a really, really good serving team, and that's something that they really need to do tonight.
First serve from Krause. Cutter on the first swing. Darien, they're in their black jerseys. So are Trumbull. The Eagles starting on the left side of your screen. Darien on the right side. Cutter in the middle. He's got the kill.
There it is.
And Brennan Cutter opened up this game with a bang. The senior captain with his 373rd kill on the season.
That was a great run.
Now Carson Bruno to serve for the Eagles.
There's that good float.
Krause on the outside to Thomas Herget through the block, turned away by Brennan Cutter.
It's a big block.
What a way to start from the 6'8 senior captain. A kill and a block, and it's 2-0 Eagles.
Man, Brennan Cutter is all heart. All heart.
Bruno back to the serve. Herget on the reception. Krause. Setter gets it over, can't keep it in play. Another for the Eagles. And John, what do you see out of Darien here in these first 3 points?
I see they're just trying to do a little too much. They just got to slow down, pass the ball, set their hitters.
Bruno on the serve. Krause to
There it
Herget.
is, Trevor.
And he's got one. Through the block of Cutter, and Trevor Herget's got his first.
We're going to see a lot of that. If Darien is down and they really need a point, they're going to go to Trevor Herget no matter where he is.
Trevor Herget, the team leader with 313 kills on the season, the Connecticut MVP a season ago. He's definitely an easy guy to rely on, but it just takes one team to stop the likes of Trevor. Now his brother Thomas on the serve.
Great serve.
Bruno on the outside, taking a little off it. Wazeros. And through the deflection, it's good. Austin Black has the point for the Wave. You take another look at it. Krause setting it on the outside to the lefty, Austin Black, who picks up the kill. Senior captain now has his 96th kill. A couple more, he'll cross over the 100th mark.
Always nice having a big lefty on the right side there as a hitter.
Herget on the serve. Into the net, the service error gives the point to the Eagles. And you can't stress it enough, the service errors will kill any team, especially in a game of the likes of the FCIAC Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Plowski on the serve. Herget, give him the kill. Trevor Herget with another for the Wave. It's 4-3. A textbook kill from the Darien senior captain. This gives way to the libero, Isaac McMullen on the serve. Cutter on the reception. The give and go to Cutter in the middle, and through the block, it's good. Brennan Cutter, the All-FCIAC, All-State first-teamer a season ago, now goes back to the service line. Cutter, the jump serve.
Great serve. Even better pass.
Good swing by Bryce Ford in the nets. Now Herget just tips it over, wins the jump ball at the nets.
So Trumbull runs a 6-2, which means that both of their setters are always back row. So, for example, right there, Carson Bernone can't go up and block that ball, even though Trevor is at the net, because that would be considered a back row attack. So Trumbull really, really has to take care of the ball on serve receive even on defense. If they get an opportunity, if they get a roll shot or a tip and they pick it up, it's got to be a good pass, and it's got to be a kill for the Eagles.
Service error against Jeff Nadwadi. Point going to the Eagles.
This is the new setter entering the game.
Trumbull, one of the most consistent serving teams in the FCIAC this season. It's rare to see the Eagles committing a service error. Bagarathi on the serve.
Oof. That ball moved.
Herget.
Nice up, Matthew.
And Shafane tried to get the dig on it, but off the ceiling. Point to Trevor Herget and the wave. The velocity that Trevor can put on that volleyball is insane.
His arm swing is so fast. His contact is so high, and it's always a perfect swing. It is really, really something to see in person.
Kraus on the outside to Thomas Herget.
There you go.
Shafane on the dig. Point to the wave. A double touch called against the Eagles.
Man, if Trumbull can keep getting these touches, that's really good for them.
6-6, Trevor Herget on the serve. Ooh. And an ace. Blink and you'll miss it. Trevor Herget with the ace.
The velocity on that serve. Jeez.
Herget returns to the service line. 55 aces on this campaign. Team leader in them. Takes a little off at the floater serve. On the near side, knocked over by O'Sullivan. And,
Line judge is saying that that ball touched the antenna off Kieran O'Sullivan's attack.
although what's confusing is the down referee signaled towards Trumbull. I don't think he saw it. It was our line official that called it. And now our referees will conference. Again, the antenna is out of play, so if it skims it, then it's a dead ball and it goes to the other side. And now our line judge will come over and talk with our chair referee. And in a game like this, you have to get the call right, and that's what our officials will look to do. But with the likes of Kieran O'Sullivan and his powerful shot, you never know if it was just the ball trickling the net or if it hit the antenna. That's now what the referees will discuss. And point to Trumbull. So the referees overturn the call, and the Eagles get their point out of it. It's 7-7.
You know, from where we're sitting, I think that's the right call. I had a pretty good look right here.
Serve to Ashby. At the net, Ford with the kill. Bryce Ford slamming it home for the Wave. It's 8-7.
Darien is passing very well on serve receive. They're handling that tough serve from Trumbull.
Wave very fortunate to have one of the best setters in the Nutmeg State in the likes of Griffith Kraus, 627 assists on the season. It's rare to see Griffith make a ball handling error. He's only got 10 of them throughout the entire season in the 21 games Darien has played. Herget from the back row, it's a kill. Good swing by Trevor Herget resulting in the kill. This now gives way to the junior Bryce Ford to serve. Ford on the serve, Shafane the reception. O'Sullivan.
Great dig.
Jeff Nadwadi on the dig. Now Herget. That's out. Too much on it from Trevor Herget. Point to the Eagles. But still a good dig from Jeff Nadwadi.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd trickling in here inside the Fairfield Warde main gym. Late crowd given the Memorial Day weekend traffic.
Nice up, Austin.
Saved by Ashby. Free ball sent over from Gautam. Now Davenport in the middle with the kill. Trey Davenport, the senior, with the kill.
Another big presence in the middle there.
Davenport, a 3-year varsity star for this Darien team. 87 career kills, now 88. A player that has stepped up big time when it comes time for the postseason matches. 4 kills in last year's FCIAC title match. Gautam gets it over. Or gets to McMullen. Now Austin Black.
Nice pass.
Cutter tries full in Darien. Black once again dumps it over. No miscommunication on the Eagles. They still get it over now. Davenport off to Black instead, and it's blocked.
Solo block.
Arian Gautam with the block.
It's a sophomore with a huge block. Jeez. He got up there.
Block number 12 for Arian on the season. He's 5th on the Eagles. And that front row for Trumbull is lethal. Cutter, O'Sullivan, Gautam. They've got height up front. And it goes a long way. They give and go to Thomas Hergetz. And a net violation called against the Eagles. Ball or point going to the Wave. Now Thomas will serve. The sole freshman on this Darien team.
With Thomas serving, that means Trevor has just rotated up to the front row.
A good serve from Thomas. Cutter gets it over, although it's going to be out. And that's just a reaction play from Brendan Cutter. You look up, see the ball hits the ceiling, comes down on you. The only thing you can do is try to pass it over.
That's right. That
time, Cutter not able to knock it over. Low ceiling here at Fairfield Warde, just realizing that here in the first 21 points we've seen. And off of Sharfain ace for Thomas Herget in the Wave. Thomas Herget remaining on the serve. He had 4 aces against Trumbull in the second regular season meeting, a game that Darien took down the Eagles 3-0. Wave has only dropped 1 set all season, and that was to the likes of Richfield back on May 11th. Other than that, they've won every other match in straight sets. And a run that has lasted since 2019, 70 consecutive wins for Darien. Last team to beat him was your Staples Records, John, back in the 2019 CIAC Class L Championship.
Seems like a lifetime ago.
Hergetz with the kill. Trevor Herget with another. I mean, it was only a global pandemic later.
Unfortunately, yeah.
14-10 our score. Isaac McMullen back to serve. The Southern Virginia University football commits.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
We're off playing wide receiver for the Knights next fall. Herget takes a little off it and gets it to go. And this Darien run continues as Trumbull will take their first timeout. And John, if you were in Trumbull's shoes right now taking this timeout, what are you telling your players?
I'm telling my team that they have to play defense with relentless pursuit. These tips, if Trevor Herget especially in this rotation is going to tip the ball, we have to move our feet and we have to pick up that ball. We have to pass the ball better on serve receive, and we have to stop the run. 15-10 with Trevor Herget just rotating up to the front row. This is exactly where Darien wants to be.
Still a lot of time left in this opening set. It's 15-10 in favor of the Darien Blue Wave. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll step aside and be right back. Trumbull fan base has asserted their presence during that timeout. The student section showing out for the Eagles. Serve from McMullen. 15-10 our score in favor of Darien. Blocked by Trevor Hergetz. He made that one look easy. You take another look at it. Herget goes up for the block, instead just slaps it over the net with both hands. And just out. McMullen was looking for that corner and couldn't find it. If you're just joining us, Braden Shank and John Sedlock with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network, bringing you live coverage of the 2023 Varsity Boys Volleyball Championship. Service error against Brennan Cutter. Now Jeff Nadwadi will sub in to serve. Senior playing in his 59th set of the year. Nadwadi shakes off the nerves and serves the ball just over the tape. Good swing, that one is out, so Sullivan not able to keep it in. Warde on the serve. Bernone. Once again, O'Sullivan turned away by Ford. Regrouping is the Eagles. Setter tries knocking it over. Bryce Ford. Jump ball at the nets. Cutter comes over for help. Kept alive by the wave, and Herget slams it home. What a point by Darien.
Trumbull's looking a little deflated right now.
Thomas Herget saving it to his brother Trevor Herget for the kill. As Jeff Nadwadi back on the serve, 19-11 in favor of the Blue Wave.
Pass.
Bernone to O'Sullivan, turned away by the block. Someone touched the net, point going to the Eagles.
It was Trevor Herget. He knows it too.
One of the things that head coach Lori LaRusso preaches her team year in, year out, the honesty. You touch the net, you own up to it. Doesn't matter the circumstance. If you win the point, if you lose the point, honesty above all, something that she's preached for her 40-plus years she's been coaching at Darien High.
And I can vouch for that as someone who's coached against her and coached with her. Even when we played the Blue Wave this year, they self-touched a few, or they self-called a few touches for us.
Coach Lori LaRusso's been coaching at Darien for 40 years on the girls' side, only the 16th year of the DHS boys program. In the middle, turn away by the block of Ford. And Bryce Ford turns away the Eagles.
Nice block.
21-12. Darien has entered the red zone in this first set. Herget back to serve. And it's an ace.
Great serve.
And now Trumbull will come out and take their second time of this second set. You have to assume it's trying to ice the server, Trevor Herget, because if he gets hot out there, there's no returning that serve.
Absolutely.
22-12, our score. Darien just 3 points away from the first set in the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. We'll be back after these messages.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Trevor Herget trotting back to serve. Darien just 3 points shy of this first set. And a service error against Herget, so the Trumbull timeout works to perfection. They ice the server, and now the Eagles need to go on a run of their own. And that run will look to start with Austin Ashby, the senior captain. 18 aces to Ashby's name. Kraus to Ford in the middle. The left hand of Ford gets it over, the power dump. Kind of an overset of Ford, but he still got it over, found his ways. And now Bryce will serve. Shafane on the reception. Eagles send the free ball over. Let's see what Darien can do on it. Davenport in the middle with the kill. And Trey Davenport makes the most of it as this is now set point for Darien. A team of Darien's skill. You cannot give them a free ball like that this late in a set. Ford on the serve. Service error, and Trumbull will live to see another point. Matt Sherfane, the senior libero for Trumbull to serve. Looking to spark a rally in his guys. Floater serve is over. Kraus to Davenport in the middle. And that's the first set. Trey Davenport with the winner. Darien goes up 1-0, 25-14, the final in this first set. And John, what did you see in the first set?
Back and forth for the first, what was it, 8-8 or so, 12-12, and then Darien just went on that one little run, and they never looked back. They were completely in control the whole second half of that set.
And what do you think the point of emphasis for Trumbull is going to be in this huddle prior to the start of the second set?
probably harping a lot on the serve receive aspect because that kind of broke down. And again, those chances they get with those rolls and those tips when Darien is not crushing the ball, they've got to pick those up and convert those to kills.
25-14, the final in the first set. Darien goes up 1-0 in the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more action between the Eagles and the Blue Wave. Back on the DAF Media Network, awaiting the start of the second set between the Trumbull Eagles and the Darien Blue Wave in the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. Matt Sherfain to start for the Eagles. The libero for Trumbull.
Let's see if hit the antenna. Let's see, let's see if Trumbull can start with that same fire they had in set one. They're going to need that.
An Eagles team that won the first 3 points in the first set. Darien probably a little scared after they saw that from the Eagles, but then they settled down, played their game en route to a 25-14 victory in the opening sets. Trumbull looking for better fortunes. Cutter! And now we're not able to get over. McMullen tried for the dig with the rest of his body, just missed his arms.
He was in the right spot.
If you're just joining us, Braden Schenk, John Sedlock with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network, bringing you live coverage of this FCIAC championship. Working on the reception, Kraus to Thomas Hargett through the block. Cutter setting up on the outsides. Gautam not able to keep it in, and now the Wave regaining the lead in this second set. A game of runs, and Thomas Hargett will look to have another serving run. Had one back in the opening set. And that one's just out. A matter of inches, it's ruled out.
Good eyes from libero Matt Fain there in Trumbull.
Especially in a game like this when you have 4 certified officials working this game, you know every call is going to be 100% perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And an ace right there, or not an ace, a kill rather for Darien. Compared to some of those regular season games where it's a lottery of who you get on the lines, you never know. I believe the school is supposed to provide them, if I'm right, in the regular season.
That is correct.
Some schools don't.
That's, you know, it's always better when they're there, that's for sure.
And that is out. Interesting formation on that left side. One wall comes out quite a ways, and that is out of play as the ball hit that point to the Eagles. So I guess this is one of the rare instances where sides do matter, which one you have. Kraus to Black. And it's a kill.
Darien is passing lights out.
Griffith Kraus with the passes. Black and Herget with the kills. Bryce Ford adding some. And this Wave team is firing on all cylinders right now.
They really are playing amazing volleyball.
There's a reason Darien is 21-0 on the season. Only has dropped one set at the hands of the Richfield Tigers, and Jeff Nadwadi not able to get that one over. Only physics stopping that one. So Trumbull breathes a sigh of relief as we're tied at 4 apiece in the second sets. Jack Bagarathi to serve. Senior with 21 aces to his name on the year. Hergets, another kill. And Trumbull has had no answer to Darien's number 1, Trevor Hergets. The third time that these teams have met this year. Darien took both of the first 2 in straight sets. The regular season slates. That one's just out. The attacking error against the Eagles and Kieran O'Sullivan.
I think he was going for hands there. I think he just missed.
O'Sullivan standing tall at 6'7" for the Trumbull Eagles. The second attacking option for Trumbull behind Cutter.
Going right back to him. There you go. Good block. Oh.
And the Wave win another. The block works to perfection. The Eagles unable to return it. And now Herget retains the serve.
And this is reminiscent of what we saw in set 1.
Just out. And that's what Trumbull's going to look to spark their rally, a service error against Hergets.
It's a big break for the Eagles. Ashby's got to come out aggressive here. Deep float.
Ashby the serve.
There we go.
Ford on the attack.
Nice dig.
Nadwadi one-handed keeps it alive. Thomas Herget now. Through the block, Herget has it. This time it's Thomas Herget. And this Wave team is playing with pure heart out there. You see players diving around left and right, saving that ball. Every ball Darien is getting, and they're giving their best chance to get a point out of it. O'Sullivan through the block gets this one to go. 8-6, Trumbull still in this set. However, they need to get some points.
I think we're going to see a lot of sets go to Cutter here since he just rotated back in.
Kraus to Thomas Hergets. And that one is out. Trumbull holds their ground on it.
So now this is where Trumbull needs to run their points when Trevor's in the back row.
Although Herget can still attack it from the back row. He's been quite lethal from back there.
Sure has.
Although you get a couple extra milliseconds of a reaction time. Through the block, that one's good.
Such a nice swing.
Smart swing. Off the head of Lapham. And Thomas Herget, just a freshman for Darien. That's the name you're going to be hearing for the next 4 years. I believe he is the final Herget to come through this Darien program.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All the others have been very successful in the Darien volleyball and football programs, going on to play at Penn State, Ohio State, Trevor off to BYU. An athletic family for sure. And that one is good for Austin Black. Black with another kill as Griffith Kraus serves. Kraus, the All-FCIAC second teamer a season ago. at the setter position, one of the best in the Nutmeg States. Herget tries his luck at setting to his brother Thomas, turned away by the block, and Trumbull's got one. Brennan Cutter, the 6'8", hitter with the block.
It's always good, if you're not going to get a kill as a hitter, to make that setter touch the first ball because it gets that team out of system. Cutter was able to line up at that set because he knew it was going to go to Tommy.
And that serve not able to get over, the service error against the Eagles. Giving way to Thomas Hergetz. A Wave team that has been clicking on every cylinder possible. Serve from Thomas. And it is an ace off the Trumbull touch.
If you notice, he's serving in between two players. That's called the seam, and that's an effective serve because if you serve at someone, even if you serve it hard, you're in the right spot, you have a chance to play the ball, but when you put it between two players and you got to make one think about it, it's a little bit harder to deal with.
And that one is out. In the bleachers and not in play, so the point going to Trumbull, and the serve goes to the Eagles. Derek Plowski on the serve. One of 4 senior captains for Trumbull. Plowski, the team leader in aces with 53 on the season. Austin Black, the running attempt, and net violation called against the Eagles. Even just the slightest touch of the net, the referees will catch it and award it the other way. It's now McMullen to serve. McMullen into the net. Back and forth second set thus far. Cutter. Got ball at the net. Miscommunication on the Wave, point to the Eagles. And that's exactly what Trumbull was looking to do, cause the deception at the nets. Put some fear in Darien's eyes. They make an error on it. Here's Brennan Cutter back to serve. Out of rotation against Darien. That's rare to see.
I'm willing to bet that's the first time that's happened all season.
They're saying Griffith Krause needs to take a step up. So Trumbull wins the point out of it. Rare to see one of Laurie LaRusso's team called on the out of rotation. Blocked by Darien, Austin Black, and Bryce Ford with the block. And he's fired up after that one.
That's unfortunate. That could have been 13-13.
Dwadi to serve, looking to keep the lead with Darien.
Double contact. Yep.
Another violation against the Eagles, and now Dwadi retains the serve. Rare error against Trumbull. Dwadi serving that one out, and the service error goes back to Trumbull.
It's a big break for Trumbull.
That's something the Wave has seen a lot more present in this second set. Those service errors, at least 3 or 4 in the last 10 points or so. Which if Trumbull, if you can use those to your advantage, add some kills on there, you're playing a good game out there.
Great serve. Oh my God, a better pass.
And that one is won at the net by Bryce Ford. 3 great touches for Darien, and it ends with the point and the kill from Bryce Ford.
Gotta say, the Eagles have really been going after McMullen on serve receive. He's been challenging him, and he has just eaten it up. Perfect passes. Perfect passes.
McMullen's seen 290 serve receptions on the season. Definitely experienced in them. Out of rotation against the Eagles now. Trumbull now figures it out. Referee's keeping a tight grip on this game.
Oh, this might be overturned.
And
replay,
they
yeah.
are. The referee saw something, I assume, and then realized that he didn't see it.
I think he thought one of the players was in the back row when they're actually in the front row, and that's legal.
Kraus, the setter, gets it over. Now Trumbull, turned away by the block once again. In the middle of a sea of Eagles. And the block works for Darien at 17-13.
Trumbull needs a big stop here. They got to dime this pass. That's a great pass right there.
Looking to win the point off at Cutter. That's out. So Trumbull did the first task of digging the Trevor Herget serve up, just not able to get the point out of it as timeout taken by the Trumbull Eagles. 18-13, Darien starting to run away with this second set. And John, what have you seen so far in the second set?
You know, like you said before, we've seen a few more errors on serving from Darien, but we have seen Trumbull take care of those out-of-system balls a little better and side out a little more, and I think that's why this is a 5-point game right now.
Both of these sets have been neck to neck to start, but then Darien hits that point of acceleration, and they do not look back. They're up by 5. Trumbull's going to call his timeout, look to slow down the Darien offense, get back in their rhythm, get the likes of Cutter, O'Sullivan, the setter, Bruno, and back in their rhythm out there where they can win points consistently. That's all you need. It's a 5-point swing, 18-13. Darien leads us. It's still anybody's game here in the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, bringing you live coverage of this varsity boys volleyball contest. Trevor Herget to serve. One of the state's best players, again off to BYU to play for the Cougars. Takes a little off this serve. And the ace for Trevor, fooling Trumbull.
That's very smart.
Herget once again on the serve.
Ceiling.
And losing it in the rafters, but the Eagles stay with it. O'Sullivan hopping out of nowhere. Jump ball at the net, won by Griffith Kraus in the wave. Oh. 20-13. Herget looking to stay on the service run. He had 19 kills in the FCIAC semis win against West Hill with 8 aces. A remarkable feat by the Darien senior. Ford. That one kept alive, the kick save. Point to Darien, although a great save by Trumbull nonetheless. And now Trumbull will take their second time out of the set. The first one didn't work, hoping the second one will work as Darien now just stands 4 points away from this second set. We're going to step aside of the DAF Media Network and we'll be right back. Herget on the serve, and it's an ace.
Right in that seam again, that 1-6 seam.
Trevor Herget picking up where he left off after the timeouts. Has now fended off 2 timeouts by Trumbull, not iced at all, as Darien stands 3 points away from this set. And just trickling over the nets.
Touch. Okay.
And a net violation against Kraus. Point going to the Eagles, so the first time in a little bit, Trumbull will get the serve back on their side. Game that was once 18-14 has now moved to 22. 18-13 that was. Ford. And the block is good for Trumbull. O'Sullivan. Kraus at the nets. To Ford. He gets the kill to go.
Another great pass from McMullen. Stepping up and taking that ball with his hand so it doesn't have a chance to float on him. That was great.
Isaac McMullen, the smallest guy on the roster, 5'6", but he uses that to his advantage. He can pass the ball to anybody on that court, set up the attackers, and it works to perfection. O'Sullivan with the textbook kill.
That's what Trumbull needs. They got to get him going.
Kieran O'Sullivan over 200 kills on the season. And now he's looking to spark a rally in this Eagles squad. Matt Sherfain, the libero, to serve. He had an ace in the game on Wednesday, but now the block turned away. Davenport tries his luck, and they're going to call the violation on Davenport. Double touch.
It's a good call by R1, Rich Duggan.
Sherfain to reserve. Kraus to Herget from the back row. And that is good. Trevor Herget cannot be stopped, as Darien now has another set point. One more point for Darien to close out this second set. Griffith Kraus to serve. Kraus to Black. Kept alive. Trumbull, can they make offense off it? Yes, they can. They see another point. Gautam getting that one over. Trumbull's got some life in him as Carson Brunone now to serve. He regroups, collects his thoughts. 24-18. They would need quite a run out of the Eagles if they want to come back in this set. Kraus on the outside to Herget.
Tight pass.
And Davenport wins it at the net. Darien closing out set number 2.
Very smart.
25-18. Darien now just sits 25 points away from the 2023 FCIAC championship. And John, what does Trumbull need to do in this third set to try to just advance to the fourth set?
Well, I think they need to bring the same mentality they had in the first set when it was 0-0 and they came out firing and they were, excited. It was good. They were communicating because they've really quieted down. But they really have to, I think they need to stop serving McMullen. He has been lights out on serve receive this entire match. He's, like I said, he rose to the challenge and it's just not working for Trumbull.
Isaac McMullen has had a nice game. This Darien team as a whole has made very minimal mistakes so far, a couple service errors here and there, but Darien's played a near perfect game as they now just stand one set away from the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. You're watching the DAF Media Network. We'll be back with third set action between the Wave and the Eagles. Third set on its way between Darien and Trumbull in the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship. Darien has taken the first two sets, 25-14, 25-18, and now just stand 25 points away from their 8th all-time FCIAC title in program history. They have won the last 3 titles, dating all the way back to 2018, and they have been the program in recent memory. The last team to win this FCIAC championship that was not Darien was who else but the Staples Wreckers back in 2018, taking down the Richfield Tigers. Trumbull student section on their feet. They're looking again in this game. The Eagles need to win this set if they want to force a 4th set and have any shot of winning the FCIAC championship. And Trumbull going to move some players around, make sure they stay in rotation.
Eagles on the floor need to match the energy of the Eagles in the crowd.
Yeah. I do give the fan base some credit. They brought some props with them, some fat heads, some Hawaiian themes out there. Yeah. Only thing they're missing is the full blackout look by the student section. Although both teams are wearing black, so it would be confusing.
Oh, nice job making Kraus touch that first ball.
Hergets through the block is good. Darien first on the board in this third set.
So it looks like Coach Tremellin has made a switch. It looks like Kieran O'Sullivan is now playing right side up in the front row with Cutter to maximize the blocking potential against the outside hitters of Darien. He just came out of the game for, yep, okay. So she's gonna try to put all of her chips into blocking the outside hitters and try to stop them there.
And I assume that's an effort to try to force the attack to the middle hitter and Trey Davenport?
Ideally,
keep them off the board completely.
Yeah, you know, you gotta just, I mean, Darien is just scoring so many points from the outside hitters between Tommy and Trevor Herget that she's got to do something. They have to do something to minimize it. I think it's a great move.
Point to Darien and Thomas Hergets. 2-1 Darien leads in this set. Herget with the serve, and that's out. Trumbull dodges the bullet on it, and now they will go on a serve. And you can see Trumbull's trying to figure this out on their own. So it might be safe to say this is a rotation they haven't run much this year.
Maybe not. I definitely didn't see it when we played them.
I mean, considering after every point, the coaches look at each other, try to make sure they get it right. Swing there, that is out.
That's a real miss.
There's no Jack. Bagarathi on the serve. On the outside, Hergets. Off the block.
Have to convert this to a kill.
Takes a little offense. Here comes the wave, Black.
Out.
That is out. And Trumbull grabs the lead. So far the strategy has been working.
That's it.
To try to block this Darien outside attack.
That's it right there. Give the hitters a different look. Gets in their head.
Bagarathi to serve. And that is out. Point to the wave.
Good serve.
And the serve receive somehow gets over, but Darien's there to convert on it. And again, Trumbull's still trying to figure out this rotation for their own. You can see Kevin Zeros even trying to get confirmation where he's supposed to be. And a serving ace for Darien, that time off the hands of Cutter. And Darien regains the lead at 5-4. McMullen to serve.
Yep.
And that is in.
Wow.
Skimming the line, the Eagles have the point, and we're tied at 5. It truly is a game of inches, and Trumbull's showing why right there. As now the serve goes back to Brennan Cutter. Looking to flip the course of this third set. Herget with the kill. The hops on the kid is insane. The swing he has is crazy. And the velocity from Trevor Herget. All the moving parts into one swing, and Trevor Herget's able to pick up the kill for Darien's 6th point. Warde to serve. That one up, kept alive by Kraus. And a kill for Darien and Trevor Herget. And Trumbull had a period in this third set where they had an answer to Herget and the Darien attack. But Darien going right back to their ways.
Back row to Cutter.
And Cutter puts too much on that. 8-5 now. Jeff Nadwadi continuing on the service run. Bagarathi on the outside. Ashby, the swing and a kill by Austin Ashby. And that's the server that you need to win points on. Jeff Nadwadi. He's not as strong as a Herget serve. And they give a couple points to it as now the Eagles return to the serve with Derek Plowski. Plowski looking to do something for Trumbull. Down by 2. Kraus.
Another great pass.
To Ford for the finish.
And McMullen is just dialed in.
You see it right there is now the big serving likes of Trevor Herget. Go back to serve. Returned by the Eagles, but they can't keep it in.
With a serve like that, you really have to minimize the extra movement. Get your platform there, stick it, and hold. The jumping and the swinging of the arms is going to cause that ball to ping off your arm like a golf ball on an aluminum bat.
Herget takes a little off it. O'Sullivan. Now in the front row to Ford. Jump ball at the nets. Someone touches the net, and it's a call in favor of the Wave. Number 10, Zeros in the net. She's not even out there. I don't know who they signaled it against.
I think he meant to signal Ashby, number 11. Out.
Service error. It was definitely a one finger and a closed fist. I just assumed it would be a 10. Unless that's how they do a 1, 0-1.
Well,
not really sure. That's kind of the reason I stick to the broadcast booth and not officiating.
yeah. Unless it's a 9? You know, Sullivan's there. I'm not sure.
Nonetheless, Herget.
Let's see.
Net violation
Oh, no, there's, okay. Well,
against number 9, Kieran O'Sullivan.
this is why I don't remember. This is why I coach.
They're very successful at that, John.
Thank you.
Coaching the Staples Wreckers up in Westport. One of the premier programs in the conference for so long. On the outside, the swing. Trefane keeps it alive.
A set from the middle. Brennan Cutter in the back row.
And that's out.
That's off hands, yeah.
They're calling a touch on it.
Oh, yeah. Big touch, big touch.
Timeout taken by the Trumbull Eagles. 13-7, Darien leading. They stand just 12 points away in a rivalry that's really brewed over the recent years. We talk about Darien and Staples. That was the rivalry of FCIAC volleyball for so long, and this Trumbull team has really come on the scene the last couple of years, making it to their 2nd consecutive FCIAC championship, and a team that is starting to build their winning ways up there. And how do you talk to the program, the success of the Trumbull Eagles over the recent years?
This group of seniors have been playing together for so long. I mean, they were all sophomores playing together at one point, and I know a good amount of them, and they've been really putting in a lot of time in the off-season together, you know, renting court space when they can on Sundays, doing everything they can to better themselves because they knew this season was going to be such a challenge with the Blue Wave.
You look at the recent results for Trumbull. 2019, they missed the FCIAC cut altogether. 2020, the COVID year, canceled the season. But out of COVID, this program has really turned it on. 2021, losing to Darien in the FCIAC semis, going all the way to the state semis where they also fell to Darien. And then last year making it to both the FCIAC and state championship, and they fell to Darien in both of those games. So they've not had a good track record against Darien, and the Eagles have never beaten Darien in the program's existence. Darien 19-0 all time against Trumbull, a program that's been around for 16 years, the Darien High School squad. At the net, won by Darien. Trey Davenport asserting his dominance.
That's why the pass has to be good.
Bryce Ford on the serve. Ford puts it up.
There's a good Ashby out of the middle. Touch.
And a kill for the Eagles. They've got some life in them still. Although they need to rally back in this third set, trailing 14-8.
They can certainly do it, but they got to go now.
Serve coming for Ashby, the All-FCIAC second teamer a season ago. On the outsides.
Have to convert this to a kill.
Cutter.
Nice dig, McMullen.
O'Sullivan now in the nets. Point to the Wave.
Wow.
And it is all business for Darien. 15-8, they lead in this third set. Serve is up.
Nice pass.
Trevane, the give and go to Cutter. And it is good for the kill by Brennan Cutter. Cutting into this Darien lead. Matt Trevane to serve. Trailing by 6. Kraus to Davenport in the middle. That one's kept alive. Black just knocking it over. Now Gautam.
Good pass.
Davenport with the kill. And that's the thing with this Darien team. They have the headliner, Trevor Herget, but they have the supporting characters of Austin Black, Trey Davenport, Isaac McMullen, Thomas Herget. All 6 of those guys on that court can kill the Trumbull Eagles, and they've been utilizing all 6 of them this afternoon so far.
Very well-oiled machine. That's a huge, huge, huge break for Trumbull.
Serve will go back to Trumbull, as they will check Bagarathi and Lapham back into the match. Jack Bagarathi, 21 aces to his name on the season. He had 2 against Greenwich in the FCIAC quarterfinal. And Black just knocking that one over, using the left hands. Reminded me a lot of an Austin Black dunk from the basketball season, running up just one-handed, slamming that one off the rim, this time picking up a kill off it. McMullen to serve, the libero. Looking to extend the lead.
Great pass.
And that is good. Trumbull's got another back. Brennan Cutter with the points. Serve going to Cutter. Cutter 13th in the Nutmeg State in aces. Looking for a big ace right here. But this Darien serve-receive unit has been unstoppable.
No touch.
Point to the Eagles. Heads up play by Trumbull as they look to come back in this third set.
So now this is where Trumbull needs to go after Thomas Herget. Hitting error on serve receive now. And out of rotation on Darien.
That's twice now that Darien's been called on the out of rotation. Trevor Herget will check with our chair referee. Last one was on Griffith Kraus. And now Herget will get our explanation. I think they're saying it's on Trevor potentially. Now head coach Lori LaRusso has risen from the bench. She'll get her an explanation. And do you think, John, just the stakes of an FCIAC championship might be causing some of these jitters to be out of rotation?
Yeah, you know, it's a high-profile game. Very good chance, because this is very uncharacteristic for Darien. And it looks like it's a replay again, so yeah, okay.
So once again, the referees call the out of rotation, and this time they will do the redo for the second time.
Another good pass from the Blue Wave.
And Black with the kill.
Man, the Blue Wave are just hitting on all cylinders. Blocking, serve, receive, serving, swinging. They're not making a lot of hitting errors. It's really tough to beat a team when they're that positive in every category.
Austin Black has a smile on his face as he returns to the bench, giving Darien their 18th point. Jeff Nadwadi back to serve. Again, this is the server you would need to pick points up on if you're Trumbull. Hergetts, that's in. Going at far corner, Trevor Hergett finds the floor, and it's 19-12. Nadwadi back on the serve. Reception to Sherfain.
Ashby roll shot. Yep.
Sometimes the roll shot works, switching it up. When you have the likes of Cutter and O'Sullivan, a roll shot will fool Darien from time to time, and that time Ashby doing just that. Plowski back to serve. And into the net, the service error against the Eagles, and those are errors you cannot make in this stage of the game. Just 5 points to give to Darien until they will be crowned the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Champions. And an ace. What's new? 21-13, Trevor Hergetts, the senior captain, has not lost a match with a Darien jersey on. Another ace. And now he's just playing games with his Trumbull reception. 22-13. Trumbull trying to keep in good spirits, but they need to get a good server off the service line.
Let's see if Trevor hits a roll shot. He did this out of the timeout last time. Nope, he's just going for it.
Pure power out of play. But Trumbull will breathe the sigh of relief on that one. Go back to their subs. Gautam and Brunel coming back in.
Up 9 points towards the end of the set. You might as well go for it. Let's see what Parson can do here.
For Darien, their 10th trip to an FCIAC championship. They've walked away with 7 championship trophies. Looking to make it 8 today, but they do need to close this match out first. As for Trumbull, their 6th all-time appearance in an FCIAC championship. An attacking error against the Eagles. Trumbull's not won an FCIAC championship in 21 years. They went back-to-back in 2001 and 2002. They've had some appearances since then, 2006, 2007, and last year, but have come up short in all 3 of those. Ford on the serve. And an ace for Bryce Ford. Darien has the penultimate point, and now they just stand 1 point away from the 2023 FCIAC crown. And Trumbull will come out and take their final timeout, looking for anything they can get right here, trailing by 10 late in this 3rd set. And for Darien, it's important. They just got to settle down, keep playing the game that they've been playing all afternoon, which has been a perfect game so far, John.
Yeah, perfectly said. Perfectly said. Like I said, Darien just hitting on all cylinders.
24-14 our score. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, one of these teams will be walking away with a piece of championship hardware, and Darien just sits 1 point away from it being them. Bryce Ford to serve, the junior.
Good, how are you?
A 10-point lead for Darien. Looking to do something that they have done each of the last 3 seasons, and that is walk away with a piece of championship hardware. Ford on the serve in the net, and Trumbull. The timeout works to perfection. The Eagles will see another point, although they need to play flawless volleyball right now.
This would be the most amazing comeback in volleyball history.
Brennan Cutter. Floater serve gets it over. You have to play it safe in this situation. Kraus on the outside to Thomas Herget. Through the block. It's still alive. And that one will be the point. Darien has done it for the 4th consecutive season. The Darien Blue Wave are the champions of the FCIAC. The perfect season, and it culminates with the FCIAC Champions Trophy.
What a fantastic showing from Darien.
Darien came in on this Friday night, faced some traffic due to the Memorial Day weekend, but it was all business for head coach Lori LaRusso and the Darien Blue Wave as they capture FCIAC Trophy number 8 in school history. The handshake between the teams and two great head coaches, Lori LaRusso, Nicole Tremellin. There's a chance these guys could be seeing each other in a state tournament or potentially championships going forward. This is the rivalry of the FCIAC right now. And it was a great game we saw tonight, but the Darien Blue Wave are your victors in straight sets. And Darien will celebrate before our trophy presentation. John, final takeaways in this match.
I think I agree with you with seeing these two teams. If I'm betting on these two teams making it to the state finals. You know, I think they have the chance to both get there, especially Darien. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Now the Darien team huddle, led by the legendary Lori LaRusso. Her 8th FCIAC title in boys volleyball history, and now we will send you to the court with the presentation of the 2023 FCIAC Championship Trophy.
At this time, we'd like to move forward with the award ceremony. First, starting with the division winners. Up first, we have the West Division winners of the Trumbull High School Eagles. Congratulations. And for the East Division, we have Darien High School.
Oh, no.
Now, we'd like to honor our runner-up of the FCIAC tournament, the Trumbull Eagles. And for the 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Tournament, Darien Blue Wave. We now like to honor the individual athletes. Number 1, Trevor Herget. Number 2, Austin Black. Number 4, Curtis Kraus. Number 6, Patrick Jeffers. Number 7, Bryce Ford. Number 8, Thomas Herget. Number 9, Sebastian Petrosis. Number 11, Jeff Unati. Number 13, Jack Wheeler. Number 14, Rafael Carnival. Number 15, Bradley Stevens. Number 16, Jackson Miller. Number 18, Trey Davenport. And number 21, Isaac McMullen. And we'd like to conclude tonight's ceremony with our 2023 FCIAC Boys Volleyball MVP, number 1, Trevor Herget. Let's give a round of bleachers on the other side, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
You heard it right there. The Darien Blue Wave, the 2023 FCIAC boys volleyball champions. And John, how special of a feeling is it to win an FCIAC championship?
It's, the FCIAC is a very, very, very strong conference. So to take the title it feels really good. It's a lot of hard work, and it's a really nice reward for getting it.
And for the 18th time for the 8th time in program history, head coach Lori LaRusso and the Darien Blue Wave will hoist that FCIAC champions plaque up as they are the champions for the year of 2023. That's going to do it from us here at the DAF Media Network. I want to say a couple thank yous before we sign off. First, I want to thank Gina DiGiacomo, the athletic director of Fairfield Warde High School, and the entire Fairfield Warde athletic staff for their hospitality of our entire production crew. Secondly, I want to thank the legend, Mr. Dave Scholes, the FCIAC commissioner, for allowing us to stream this game here tonight. And finally, I want to thank our DAF Media production crew coming out to Fairfield Warde on this Memorial Day Friday to bring you all the sights and sounds in this one. Liam Tomaszewski, Cooper Puff, Henry Brogno, Will Donnelly, Adam Nelson, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. Finally, I want to thank you, Coach John Sedlock, for coming on the broadcast. It was a pleasure calling this game with you, John. The expertise you bring to the sport is unparalleled, so thank you for coming out on this Friday night. And again, the Darien Blue Wave are your 2023 FCIAC boys volleyball champions. So for our entire DAF Media production crew, John Sedlock joined alongside me, saying so long from Fairfield Warde High School. I've been Braden Schenk, and this has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Have a great night and have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody.